we're going to shift on over to the solar plexus side. So root center, we're talking about that adrenalized pressure and that stress, but now we're going to look through it on the lens of the gates that are going to be hooking up to the solar plexus. So first up, we have gate 41, which is decrease, or the gate of contraction, and it's part of collective abstract circuitry connecting to the solar plexus.
Yeah, and 41, we've talked about this gate before. Again, it wants to be shared, like its counterpart 58 on the other side. That's the thing, by the way. These gates are all exact counterpart to the gates we just got done with. I mean, direct correlated counterparts too. So there's a joy that comes out of here, but that joy turns in is realized through the satiation of hunger and desire, and this thing that says there is there are aspects to this new potential feeling I'm going to have that I just want to experience no matter what. And it hungers for things and it has fantasy over things. And the fantasy need know no bounds. And it's not like this necessarily has a fantasy. It's not quite aware and it's not the mind. But think about it, from all the way down in the root center, the mind and the head and ajna are being pressured and then formulating something you can describe as fantasy, as hunger for satiating a desire to be in an experience of any kind. This highly sexualized gate, all the gates in the stream are. But aside from that, it's for everything. 41 would just as happily release the feeling to go skydiving as it would release the feeling to sit and watch a nice movie. So it's all, and it wants to share. Again, this thing needs to be shared, and it's looking to have a deep, 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 intensified, satisfying set of feelings about something. Just doesn't necessarily know which ones, so that's why it releases one at a time. I think it's called contraction, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
contraction. Yeah. So it's about narrowing the thing before it releases the adrenalized pressure. It happens, this very process happens when we get up to the 52. You'll see that up top that happens. The narrowing of what it's going to release so that what it releases is one coherent thing. This thing releases one feeling at a time. And the chemistry in our body processes that. And then the mind processes that and comes up with language for it. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, this is such an interesting one because I have this, but it's unconscious, so it's like a little fuzzy for me. Where it's
Mhm.
like there's a contraction, and I know it's the start codon for our genetic makeup and like the beginning of like the human design new year and everything. So it's this like contracted go energy. Can you elaborate on that? It was just like this idea that it's contracting the root pressure for like, elaborate on
Yeah, well, let's, before I'll narrow in by going tall, by going a higher 30,000 foot view. This starts the human experiential process. And basically, this is the defining start codon of what the unique human experience is. It's not what sparks the life in the 5125 when conception takes place because the 60 and the 3 have ordained it and allowed it in. It's not, the sacral energy that knows when to drive the life force into intimacy. This is simply the experiential. I want to feel. I want to try. I, I want to not be sad because I can't. And take that. And now it's doing that through the mechanism of contraction. So we're meant to satiate our desires one at a time. Think of how far we go off when we start piling these things and forget to go one at a time. This is saying, I take adrenalized energy. It's going to make me move ultimately. It's going to ordain movement. It's striking a balance between trust and not trust this thing that I'm feeling. It's destabilizing because it's new. It's like it's a whole set of feeling. So it's what it's like to have a whole bunch of feelings. You might be all giddy, and even that it's sort of destabilizing. You're not perfectly stable at that moment. And this starts the process by releasing the energy that will now provoke 30 on the other side to literally cling to a set of feelings. Or when I say one at a time, it might be a couple of feelings, but they're part of a set, a coherent thing. So it's just really one thing at a time, one thing at a time. And 30 is there to basically take up the emotional meaning making because 41 isn't quite making meaning. It's just applying pressure to have desire. I desire to make this thing work. You know what I'm doing in my garden? I desire to finish my garden. I desire it. You know what I mean? That's 41 action. I don't have 41 in my body graph, but it's in the world. I have a lot of desire about what that might be. It's just not coherent to this. Um, so if you have a gate 41, one at a time is what it wants to release. Watch out for yourself under pressure from the root center, um, trying to get rid of the pressure, trying to deal with that pressure, and coming up with a strategy that says release all my feelings instead of just one. No, it's there to contract the energy, just like the pastry chef guy takes the big fat thing and it contracts down to the one line that can write a name. It's that. It's exactly that. Because the big chunk of pastry is back there, trust me, and it's sticky sweet, and you want to gobble it all up, and you're 8 years old. Trust me, it's there. That's what the stream in 41 is empowering. That whole sense of, I want that. I mean, remember when we were little, can I lick the bowl? Can I lick the bowl after mom made a cake or something like that, or someone made a cake? That was me, and that was this experience let out one at a time.
Yeah, I like
But
the cake decorating piping
mhm,
bag. That's what it's called.
yeah,
The
yeah,
piping bag analogy that helps me understand that better.
yeah. That, in fact, that's it. The piping bag. That's what 41 is. One at a time. They can be cruel and release a feeling to 30, to gate 30 and then walk away. Not that it's cruel, I'm just saying. 41 bumps into a 30 and suddenly that feeling starts to take place and the 41 leaves and they've got the energy that strikes up that feeling. 30 is sitting there just yearning. That's why its fear is the fear of the fates. Because I'm like, oh, there was fate. I can't. It seems so illogical. It's like there's nothing logical about this, by the way, other than we logically can describe it to you. Thank God.